a free 94 overall Flashback Taylor Hall, a new, hopefully, weekly reward path, and the new community cards. Tons to go over. Let's get into it. Let's start first with the 94 Flashback Trade Deadline Taylor Hall that you can now acquire for free, much like the prior Flashback items that we've seen throughout the year. Now, this one will operate a little bit differently in terms of how you acquire the card, because you will need to do multiple things to acquire multiple different cards and items to unlock the next state. For example, the first set for the Taylor Hall will require you to get the Edmonton Oilers version of his card at 85, as well as Adam Larson, signifying the trade that was initially made, moving Taylor Hall out of Edmonton, as well as the Edmonton Oilers logo. Don't worry, more on how to acquire this. It is all for free in just a little bit. Now, there is multiple sets to acquire until you finally get to the final one, which is the Boston Bruins Taylor Hall. It'll require you to get the Buffalo Sabres version, as well as Anders Bjork and the Buffalo Sabres logo on top of 70 Flashback Trade Deadline event collectibles. So let's go over how to get this done. It is going to start in Hut Moments, where there is the new Flashback Taylor Hall moments, starting first with the Hart Trophy winner moment, where on semi-pro you've got to score 4 goals with Taylor Hall, get 4 points, and take 15 shots with him. This will net you 5 Flashback collectibles, as well as the Devils Adam Larson, the 85, and that Edmonton Oilers logo, which is probably the rarest part of all this is the logo. And by acquiring those cards, it will allow you to complete this first set, which will give you the Devils version of the 85 Taylor Hall. That Devils version of Taylor Hall will go into the second set, which will require Kevin Ball and the New Jersey Devils logo, which you can finish by completing the Arizona Coyote version of Taylor Hall by scoring 3 top shelf goals, 3 goals in general, as well as shoulder checks, all with Taylor Hall card in this moment. This will net you 6 more Flashback collectibles, that Coyotes Kevin Ball and the New Jersey Devils logo. That will earn you the Coyotes Taylor Hall by turning all of these in, which you can then use in the Sabres Taylor Hall set on top of the Arizona Coyotes logo. And you guessed it, by completing this moment on All-Star, you can earn yourself the Arizona Coyotes logo. Again, the reward will match up with the specific moment or objective above. So for this one specifically, if you just wanted to get the Arizona Coyotes logo, you've just got to perform 10 deeks with Taylor Hall. Now, to get this card completely free, you will need to get each objective complete, because you will need all the Flashback collectibles. Remember, you don't need to get all 3 in one try. You can get the first one done, let the moment finish, load back in, and then work on the other 2. And then finally, on Superstar, you are going to have to score 4 bottom left goals with Taylor Hall, which is by far the easiest, in my opinion, of these kinds of objectives. Get 4 assists, and then take 17 snapshots. This is on Superstar with 2-minute periods. That's probably the hardest part of this one. I will have a video that will go over all of my tips for completing this, by the way. But this will net you the Bruins Anders Bjork, 16 Flashback collectibles, and the Buffalo Sabres logo, which will get you all of the player and logo cards you'll need. Now, the remaining Flashback collectibles that you will need to get are in the objective path, the Taylor Hall Trade Deadline path. You've got to complete 71 deeks with any Taylor Hall card in Rivals, Hut Champs, or Squad Battles. Get 100 hits, take 117 shots, 45 assists, 39 goals, and just play 5 games of Rivals, Hut Champs, and Squad Battles. That will also get you started with the 85 Taylor Hall. So you've really just got to play 5 games of these 3 modes to kind of start this whole thing. By completing all of these, as well as the moments, you will have everything you need to get the new 94 Taylor Hall. And yes, this thing is worth it. Just like last year, it was one of the best cards near the end of the season. At 6'1", 210, he's got great size, sniper forward, and playmaking forward, as well as speed boost, agile dangler, and playmaking boost. That does mean he will have 99 speed, 97 excel and agility, 95 balance, and 90 endurance. Sniper forward will almost max out his shot. His hand stats are in the high 90s. He's even got 90 body checking. Gold elite edges is fantastic, paired with unstoppable force, as well as wheels. And if you really wanted to max him out, you can go puck on a string if you are someone that likes to deke or puck handle a ton. This is a card that you 100%, regardless of your team, should try and acquire. This is a great card all the way around. Now on to the community request best event items. These are the cards that were voted on the EA forums in the first week of the community requests. These are the 10 players that received cards, all at 92 overall. We will start first with the 92 Chris Pronger. He's got offensive and two-way, as well as checking and shooting boost at 6'6", 220 with elite edges, shutdown, born leader, and heat seeker. You have got a hell of a card. 93 speed and excel, 92 agility, body checking's almost max, defensive awareness basically is with this two-way defenseman activated. This is honestly one of the better left-handed defenseman cards in the game right now. TJ Oshie is up next, 6', 187 with sniper and two-way forward, as well as playmaking and agile dangler boost. He's got gold all alone, which is pointless. Shock and awe is very, very situational. Make it snappy has been proven to be very good this year, as is unstoppable force. He's also got 95 speed and excel with 93 agility. However, no speed boost, which is kind of a disappointment, and a mediocre shot for this stage of the game, but sniper forward can help out with that. Again, for anyone looking to make a caps build or a blues build, very good card. Next, the 92 Arbor Jack guy, 6'4", 237 with enforcer and defensive defenseman. That's right, he can get that +2 speed boost with enforcer defenseman activated. He's also got defensive and checking boost, which means he can get up to 96 speed, 94 acceleration, 92 agility, 94 balance with gold, truculence, elite edges, thunderclap, and bouncer, which they just buffed in the latest patch. He's got almost max body checking. He's 92 defensive awareness and stick checking. A fantastic left-handed defenseman card, especially for the Montreal Canadian fans out there. Tyler Myers. I'm starting to see a bit of a trend here on the back end. 6'8", 229 with offensive and two-way defenseman, as well as defensive and playmaking boost. 92 speed and excel with gold shutdown on someone who's 6'8" is nuts. Quick pick just received a big buff in the latest patch. In reverse, you can probably leave alone, and seeing eye is pretty fun if you shoot a lot from the point. Max body checking, you're going to want to activate two-way defenseman to help out with his defensive awareness, but it's 6'8", and gold shutdown. This is a menace to deal with when you're trying to enter the zone. Jonathan Toews from the Chicago Blackhawks, 6'2", 201 with two-way and sniper forward, as well as defensive and agile dangler boost. As is always the case, he is a great center build with 99 draws. This one comes with 95 speed and excel. He's also got 91 endurance, and his wrist shot is almost max. All in all, a very good centerman card with silver quick draw to go one step further. Born leader is very good. Just a fantastic centerman option for you. Niels Höglander from the Vancouver Canucks, 5'9", 185 with sniper and two-way, as well as checking and agile dangler boost. Almost has max speed and excel at 97, 95 agility, and then 90 balance and endurance. Wrist shot is really good at 95 and 94 with sniper forward available. And he's got gold unstoppable force and edges to go with the fact that he's only 5'9", 185. Also has shrug it off, which received a buff as well in the latest patch. So even though he is a little bit smaller, he's been given the tools to be as effective as possible. Joe Thornton. Gotta love whoever voted for Joe Thornton. I did not place a vote. This is for the community. I didn't want to give my input, but I love to see this. 6'4", 220 and a usable Joe Thornton card. Power and playmaking forward, as well as agile dangler and playmaking boost with 94 speed and excel, 92 agility, 95 balance. Gold tape to tape, which makes perfect sense, but silver quick draw is probably all you want to activate here with someone who's got 96 face-offs. Again, an extremely usable Joe Thornton card. Love to see this. I will be chasing after it. Darcy Tucker of the Toronto Maple Leafs with two-way and grinding forward, as well as shooting and checking boost. Very fun card. Is a little bit smaller, obviously, but he's got 95 speed excel, 93 agility, 97 body checking, can get up to 99. Gold no contest, crease crasher, back at ya, which received a buff, and truculence. A really fun forechecking card for you with the 92 Darcy Tucker. Simon Nemeth, 6'1", 190. This is a great card with defensive and playmaking boost, as well as offensive and two-way defenseman. Gold quick pick, which just received a big buff, as well as seeing eye, stick him up, and in reverse. You don't really need to activate those, but he's got 95 speed and excel, 93 agility, a great shot, almost max defensive awareness, and 90 body checking. You can do way worse than this 92 right-handed Simon Nemeth. And then another big one for Montreal Canadiens fans. David Reinbacher, 6'3", 209, defensive and two-way, as well as defensive boost and playmaking boost at 95 speed and excel, 93 agility. You've got a hell of a D pair with him and Arbor Jacki if you wanted to build a Montreal Canadiens theme team. Gold edges, probably would leave alone. He really doesn't need any ability activated. He's just a very well-rounded attribute card. My only issue with the community request, because I actually love the cards, you can't make them. I gotta be honest with you. I don't even really care what the cost would have been. The fact that EA has us voting as a community for cards that we really want, and then to only have them available in packs is a brutal look. Like I said, make it a ton of rivals or squad battles, collectibles, I don't care. Throw them in here so that we can at least grind for them. The fact that we can't build them just really puts a damper on what is a really strong release of content. And then lastly, the new Pacific Division objective. Gotta say, really cool weekly thing that I hope they continue for the rest of the year. Here is how it works. Head over to objectives and you are going to see a Pacific Division showcase. Only issue, not a lot of depth here, but it does promote theme teams. So they're starting with the Pacific Division. You've got to play 1 or more game. You've got to play 5 games or 1 game with 5 with players from each of the Pacific Division teams. So you've got the Vancouver Canucks, Oilers, Knights, Kings, Flames, Kraken, Ducks, and Sharks. If you complete all of these, it will net you an 86 plus overall choice pack. This doesn't take very long at all. In fact, you can put 20 players in your lineup, and if you used base cards or just had enough from each team, this would literally take you 2 games. Now, when it comes to what a competitive mode is, it appears Hut Rush, Squad Battles, or Rivals are the modes that you need to play. Live moments don't count. So a lot of strong content from EA today. No update on this first week of the trade deadline event, which is still a disaster in my opinion. But if they can fix week 2 and they continue the Pacific Division or whatever theme team kind of objectives, I actually don't mind the objective that they went so far today. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.